Hi and welcome back to another episode of the Till Trails. This time I'll be looking at some till screens from my archive and rating them based on the way they look and how much I like them. Now please note, I'm only rating them based on how visually appealing they are to me. This is not based on how easy they are to use, or if you're a shop owner and you're looking at which one's easy to use, this is not the video for you. If you're interested in the way that till buttons look, then you'll find out my till preferences, so let's get into it. So here's a Premier Inn restaurant, and I like this one because it's got square buttons like a proper till system and none of this fancy stuff, and it's got yellow buttons at the bottom and then it's got some green buttons, but a lot of the buttons are just grey and I think it could do with a bit more colour, and then there are pink buttons at the bottom. But overall I like this design. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Next up, here's one of my favourite till designs. It's the BP Wild Bean Cafe, and I like this one because it's like a classic till. You've got all square buttons, you've got the petrol pumps on the left in a big cluster, which I like, and then you've got the food buttons and they're all sort of spaced around, and I like to make patterns and join them up together, and then you've got green buttons across the top. Now I like the Wild Bean Cafe ones just because they look like a proper till system should, and it's like a cafe in a petrol station that I really like. But I especially think the buttons on the left, especially when there's multiple rows, make it look cool because the pump buttons look like they could almost be part of the till. So yes, I'd actually give those a 9.5 out of 10. So here's a Spar shop, and it's not a petrol station, but it's got a CBE till which I've featured before, and then you've got loads of colours, so you've got a lot of bright colours, and then you've got buttons with pictures above, and then you've got function buttons along the top and the numbers along the right. Now as far as CBE goes, I find those a little bit too modern for my liking, but if I take the age aspect out of it and just focus on the way they look, I think they look alright, but the fact that they're modern lowers the rating a bit. So overall, I'd give this 7.5 out of 10. Not bad. Here's a Tokim system, and these aren't the most interesting in my opinion because, as you can see, they've just got a big area with the receipt on it, and then they've got loads of little buttons at the bottom for your tender, so they don't look like proper till systems. They look just a bit overly modern, and it looks like they're trying to be modern, and you've just got buttons down the side and buttons down the bottom, and that's it really. So that screen, but it's still a proper till system, so I'm going to give it 5 out of 10. And here's the colour screen on that till, because although they have the main screen which isn't most interesting, they do have a colour screen with all the products on, and this is a bit more interesting because it's got some green, some orange, some blue and more colours, but again it's still modern, so I'd give that screen a 7 out of 10. Last of all, here's a system called POS, which actually stands for Point of Service, I've found out, and I like the way this system looks because you've got the petrol pumps along the top, and then you've got your product buttons on the right, and then it's got your big tender buttons in green, and I actually like this one because it looks like a proper till, and I just find these exciting, and these are one of my favourite tills. So yes, so I'd give this one a 9 out of 10. So I hope you enjoyed that different one, and stay tuned for the next video.